And we are back, ladies, gentlemen, and MVs, for the start of this April 9th. Very special day here at Beacon Breakdown. It is Valpo Day. It is our very special episode, and obviously we had to come back for it.
Yeah,
Had to hop on the mic a little bit. I'm your host, Diadem. I'm here with my co-host.
Henry Speedy Kill Ninja. I mean, we had to bring one to the fans, to the people, and it's Valpo Day, so
Yep.
really exciting day here for the program, and not only an exciting day for Valpo University, but a very exciting week, month for Valpo Esports. So we got a lot to catch you guys up on. Um, but yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
really exciting.
No, I mean, not only with teams just clicking, making it really deep in playoffs, right? A couple of finals have been coming up recently, if you've been tuned into the broadcast at all. But overall, just a lot of camaraderie going around. And I mean, speaking of camaraderie, excuse me, camaraderie. I can't say that word. Uh, we're gonna move straight to an alumni segment here. We actually have a couple of alumni coming in from past Valpo esports organizations, and we're going to give them a little bit of intro, a little bit of time to shine, and kind of just see how they're doing.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Hey, what up?
Good.
So,
Happy to be here for Valpo Day.
Yeah.
Always a blast to be sure.
absolutely. So we're just going to start with some basic introductions, your name, what year you graduated, your major, and kind of what you've been up to since you've graduated.
All
Yeah,
right.
sounds good. I can start us off. I can start us off here real quick. My name is Joshua Magnol. I graduated last year here, and I graduated in mechanical engineering and German. And for now, I've just been chill. I've been working at a place up in Michigan City, and it's been going pretty well. But still making sure to keep up with everyone here, and always happy to watch the teams win. Always a blast.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and go next. My name is Franco Raimondi. I graduated this past year as well in 2024. I majored in electrical engineering, and what I've been up to lately, low key, just working. Grinding the game and saving up money to pay off my student loans.
My name is Ethan Decatur. I graduated in May 2024. I majored in criminology and environmental science. I have been working down in Indianapolis for a city planning firm, and also I've still been competing under the Valpo insignia in the alumni series in the Collegiate iRacing League. So that's been pretty busy as well. So.
No, that's sweet. It's really nice to hear from all you guys again. Obviously, you guys have always been involved with the program, so it's nice to see you guys' faces, see how well you guys are doing. But I gotta ask another round question. What initially drew you to Valpo Esports? We can kind of just go in the same order here.
Yeah. So, especially when I first joined the team, there were a lot of different games my freshman year, which was a good while ago at this point. But there, none, none of them were the ones I really played, except eventually my sophomore year came the Smash team. And as a game that I played in high school, as a game I always really enjoyed, I knew right away, immediately, that was something I was really going to want to have a big focus of my time here at Valpo be on, and drew me right in and kept me there the entire time.
Gotcha. Yeah. Um. Sorry, I was reading the chat. um. Really, I think what pulled me into the chat the realm of esports at Valpo was like pure just like initial interest because esports was so young when I started as well. I think by the time that I was coming to the university, I was the only option to us was league, I think. And so my sister had gone to Valpo before me, and she was like, "Oh, like I know the esports director at that time. It was Tristan Goat, and like I went and eager me like middle of COVID. I messaged him like over the summer. I'm like, yo, we should totally get an Overwatch team. Like that'd be so sick. I know there's like great interest for it because at that time like Overwatch League was booming. Um, and so we were just like, let's try to set something up. And then I came up to the school and we all started moving in, and I was like, all right, this is real. And then we started up the team and everything, and we pulled for interest. And I was finding meeting people across campus, and we kind of like hyped up the Overwatch program to get it going. So we got the ball rolling, and now they're on to great things.
So back in 2020, when I was looking at Valpo, I came out for a visit, and this was back in the days when the esports lab was like 6 PCs up in this small little glass box in the upstairs of the Union. Um, Arguably the glory days of Valpo esports, in my opinion. Too many PCs now. We need to go back to the room with just 6 of them. Um, but we started a Rocket League team. I believe the year before me was the first year, and then I was kind of the first wave of the second team, so development program for Rocket League. And the whole concept of college esports was kind of foreign to me. Rocket League was kind of just a game that I was pretty good at, that I played for fun, and it never really clicked to me that I could, play it competitively beyond just raging at matches online. And so, once again, you mentioned Tristan earlier, but again, we all love Tristan. Uh, he gave me a Valpo Esports T-shirt and a Valpo Esports hat when I came out for a summer visit, and from then on, I was pretty much sold. It was kind of history from there. So.
I will say it's really cool hearing you guys talk about like this Valpo esports like before I was here, as it feels like we've had like two different eras of college esports: the Tristan Leonard era, and then the post Tristan Leonard era, and the impact he's had on our program was definitely significant. And boy, did I feel like I had big shoes to fill when I had when he left. Um, but kind of diving into it a little bit more, how did being a part of the team impact your college experience overall? And once again, Josh, I'm going to start with you. You're on the hot seat, man, but I know you can handle it.
Oh yeah, right off the bat there, the moment I joined the team, it was a really big push. For our first semester, we maybe had 5 6 people on the team, all led by Shannon, who was pretty much the reason the team even existed in the first place. And so, really being a part of that, it was such an immersive experience. I'd been part of sports teams and a little bit of robotics before, but to be so much more competitive was really exciting. Even doing, comparing it to even like sports in high school and stuff like that, that level of competition that was there, facing off against teams across the entire world I'd only had a small taste of before. And it took up a decent bit of time just out of my schedule. And I spent even more time out of my schedule, really just making sure to practice in a lot of the moments that I had. But it was just so much fun. And I really built my main group of friends for the rest of my time throughout the university there. And I there's nothing else. The only thing I could have wished for is I'd started my freshman year just so I could have had more time doing it. It was a wonderful time and will always be one of my favorite times I had at the university.
Yeah, I would say for me it like my comprehensive college experience was like honestly like dictated by esports. I like to give it like my whole all. Like I formed like my best college friendships throughout. Like some of my best friends that I have now, all from esports. All the way at the beginning when I was like spearheading like Overwatch. We were trying to figure out how things would work and which conferences we should join, and like being a major part of like new players were taking on and gaining interest and stuff like that. All the way towards the end where we're taking home trophies. It's just like I would say major impact, and just like a good time all around with good camaraderie, good um obviously just fun times and excitement with the competition itself. So yeah.
So I always say to people when they ask me about like college esports, that esports was the one thing that stayed constant for me through all 4 years of college. It was the only thing that I did from my freshman year, the first day that I got at Valpo, until the last day that I left. And for me, it was always really great to have because it was kind of, at risk of sounding dramatic, it was kind of a grounding experience for me because it was something that I always kind of knew that I would have. I would always kind of have those friendships, and I could always count on the fact that when I'd go down there on a Wednesday night, the Overwatch team would be yelling so loud that I couldn't hear myself think.
Yep.
And
In the tiny
and
original lab space, like,
yeah,
yep.
exactly. So it's always just been that one constant for me through my time in college, and especially to be able to watch the program grow from that six lab PC room into the huge space that the program has now and all the different teams that it has now has been it's been really cool to see that, and it was awesome to be a part of that as well. And I'm sure that everybody else on this panel can echo that as well because everyone else was able to watch that same growth.
Yeah. For a little bit of perspective, like our original lab space was just the back half of that. I don't know if anyone knows the computer lab on the second floor of the Union, where they had like, I think it's like an international student like hangout area now. I'm Unk because I graduated, so I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but it was just the back half of that room, so it was literally only like six machines back there, and then we expanded to take over like the next half of that room, and then I mean now we have that awesome space in the basement, so and it's totally decked out, all ours. So we've come a long way for sure.
Dude, you guys have me nostalgic. I'm not even graduated yet. I'm in my third year and I'm reminiscing about the time. No, it's great to hear you guys' perspective on this. Kind of makes me count my blessings as well being a part of this program. I'm really proud to be here. But along that line, are there any unexpected skills or lessons you gained from being a part of Valpo Esports, just in general?
I'd say when it came to unexpected skills, I would say um, just I wasn't expecting the level of both of team building. There's going to be some, but especially with games like Overwatch or something like that. Everyone's playing at the same time, so you're going to have those team skills. And Smash, it's a little bit more individual, so I wasn't expecting quite the amount of team building that there was, and it was really nice. And on top of that, especially growing into the role and eventually being captain my senior year there, getting that extra leadership experience, which is always extremely nice to be able to grow and develop, was definitely unexpected. And the for the bit more of the comedic side of things, having to learn how to not pop off quite as hard when you're on camera. It was also a difficult skill to learn at times as well, as I'm sure many of the other Smash players can agree with me on that one.
Yeah, I can echo that sentiment as well. There's a couple, I don't know if we use them as like B-roll pictures or something on esports. There's a couple corny pictures of me and the Overwatch team in there. There's some really good ones too. But I would say, yeah, definitely like uh unexpected skill would honestly be like the real like balance that you have to kind of create with like your collegiate life of okay, I got to be a scholar and academic and do my homework and stuff. And then being able to go to like, all right, I want to grind, I want to get better at the game for myself, for the team, like see what we can do for the esports program. And just like balancing those became a really I think fundamental part of like the skills as my college time went on, because of course engineering, it gets more demanding as you go on through the program. And but also like my commitment to the Overwatch team got more as like I formed bigger relationships and more time leading the team as well. Because similar to you, Josh, I was captain of the varsity team now, but really throughout like the whole time that it was the Overwatch team was forming. So you gain leadership experience, you gain like conflict management. It's a team of people, so you're gonna hit bumps in the road. You're gonna have really high highs and maybe some lows after you lose an upset match or something. But yeah, definitely lessons there in team building and work life balance for sure.
Yeah, for me, I think you both kind of touched on it. I think one of the things that, and I'll out myself a little bit here, but I think that one of the things that was most important to me was making sure for my first year of school that I kept my GPA up because I didn't
Yep.
want to get kicked off the esports program. My first semester at Valpo, it was a little rough. It was a bit of an adjustment, but I wanted to be on the team so bad, and I wanted to stay in the program so bad because it was like the only thing that I was good at because I wasn't doing well at school. So I was like, well, at least the video games are good. um, and so I think for me that was a big motivator. And ultimately, my grades got better as college went on. But for that initial starting point, it was good to have a community around me while I was kind of having that tough time with school because it allowed me to kind of have that to fall back on, have that as a resource to talk to people and you know talk about academics and talk about gaming and talk about all sorts of different things. And it was really great to have that friend group and support group kind of starting out right away in college because it usually takes a while to find your people when you start school. And so that was nice to have right out of the gate.
Yeah, you guys have definitely scratched the surface on it quite a bit, but for my next question, how are you able to like balance all this? And I don't know, Franco, you referred to kind of being the unk. If you guys have some advice for our current students, potential recruits as well, like how are you able to balance your social life, your rigorous academic schedule, along with being on a competitive esports team?
Yeah, I think like I want to lead with that. I think people are obviously very different. It's gonna look different for me versus Josh versus Ethan versus anyone. But it really is just like context dependent. You can tell when it's like, all right, I need to lock in and I got this exam coming up and you're going to focus on it and you're not going to have as much time to grind the game. Some people are just going to only be interacting with esports if it's just like just practice and game time. And some other people are going to be putting in game time, every single night, at least like 3 hours. And so I think my tip of advice would just be like, try to be as aware of the context as much as possible as you can, because that will let you just guide uh, how much time you should be putting to school versus how much time you should be putting to esports. Because both things can simultaneously feel like they have like a really big draw on you, especially if you're in a more intensive academic, course. But I would say just keep a good ear to like how many assignments you got, like if you have exams coming up, stuff like that. General rules of thumb, but I think it helps balance if you keep all your ducks in a row. Get like a task list or put stuff on your calendar. It was a good trick that I used throughout my career in college.
Yeah, just I have to agree with you on that. It's going to look slightly different for everybody. There's no one right way or wrong way to do it, and especially if you're joining especially if you're joining as a freshman or still relatively new to everything that the college and university life has to offer there, it's going to take a little bit to find sort of your strive and sort of your flow in things. As classes change, as people changes, as the team changes, you just got to kind of be able to move your way and really work on each of those things individually. And some people are just going to have an easier time with it than others. I know you're everyone's going to make some mistakes with that as well. I had a couple assignments where I would stay up till you look down, it's like, oh, okay, it's only 10 p.m. I got time. Then the next time you look down, it's suddenly 3 in the morning, and you have maybe one extra assignment you kind of forgot about that's due that morning,
Yep.
and things like that. Just being able to roll with it and being able to get what you need done, kind of like off what was said earlier about making sure you're still eligible, just making sure what you're doing is what you can handle, because it all depends on how much you want to join on top of that between classes, esports, if you have anything else that any other activities that you want to do as well. Just it can be difficult managing, but with some time, most people can get a hold of it pretty well.
Yeah, I actually found as a student that being in esports motivated me to get my work done faster. Because after I switched from the Rocket League program to the iRacing program, Monday nights were our race nights, and then Wednesday nights were usually our race nights. And we could pretty much count on being busy from 5 p.m. until 10 or 11 p.m. on those two nights, which was it was a long night, but it was definitely worth it. And so for me, Monday is before 5 o'clock where it was homework time. And I'm a little bit of a procrastinator sometimes, or I was, especially in college. I've learned how to deal with it a little bit better now. But um, just having that motivator to know that if I don't get my work done, I'm gonna have to do my homework after I spent 6 hours sitting down in front of a computer. So to then spend another couple hours sitting in front of a computer did not ever sound appealing to me. And so having that motivator definitely helped. And college is a journey of finding the balance in your life and finding kind of what you care about and what's important and how you balance all those things. So again, echoing what Franco and Josh have already said about just finding your balance and your own path through college is really the most important thing. It's everybody's going to have a different journey through their 4 years. So
Yeah, I think it's really important that as much as um, there we have like nice benefits with the big lab space in the basement of the union and having like I think we still use that back room as like a study room as well, where it's a little more like shut off so you don't hear all the Overwatch players screaming their heads off. Um, it can really help to have like different environments also for like your headspaces, because I know for me most of the time I had to be in Gellerson to do mess around with wires, blow up capacitors and stuff, and alert my professors a little bit more than they should be while I'm working on my projects. But it really helps to be like, okay, I'm in homework mode, so I'm in Gellerson right now, and then that way you're not like, like I wish I was grinding the game, or the opposite, where you're like, maybe you're in the lab and you're thinking like, like I really should be working on my homework. Just take the time to like go to your own spaces where it's like, okay, I can hang out in my dorm with my friends. That's like my social mood. Or you can hang out in the lab as well. Depends on how serious is stuff over there. And then you have your gaming mood in the lab and where you're locked in being competitive, and then you can have your ungodly amount of time spent in Gellerson till 2 or 3 a.m. and the security guard's like, "Yo, what are you still doing here?" And that can be your academic mood. So that's a good pro tip for me as well. Helps your brain for sure.
No, it's you guys have been given a lot of great advice on a lot of these bullet points. I know that like personally we've used a bunch of that kind of advice, especially, environment changing just to get things done. It's really nice because you spend a lot of time around these people, but obviously you don't want to spend all 24 hours around them, but you get enough time in other areas. It makes you appreciate being around the team more. But we are going to switch up the question asking a little bit here, just take kind of a different mood. And I'm gonna ask you guys, what is one tradition, inside joke, or team ritual that you still remember from Valpo Esports?
Okay.
Mm,
Um,
it's a good one.
sort of something that the team would joke about for a while afterwards is there was one particular match we had, and this was like one of our first big competitions that we were kind of a part of. One of our big final matches. This was still while everything was online as well. We're sitting in the lab. It's the very last match. Whoever wins or loses, that's who wins or loses the entire match. And I am just barely able to take out the opponent of the previously completely undefeated team at this point for every single year they've been a part of this program. And one of the other people on the team, uh, like me, I stand up and popped off as well. It was on camera. The other person was so excited by this, he jumped into my arms, and you just see the flash on camera, on stream, of him flying through the air before it cuts away. Absolutely beautiful moment. My thumb was jammed for the next month, probably 2 months, but it was completely worth it. And I think we still joke about that to today when because we still hang out and talk despite the fact that we both graduated often. We still joke about that. Absolutely wonderful moments.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. I think my favorite one, as much as it was just like part of the team building, was as the time went on and our team got better for Overwatch, we were able to go to LAN events, and somehow like whenever we were able to go to a LAN event, we also found a nearby Canes. And if you haven't had Canes, go try it. It's great. Awesome
Amen.
establishment. But we'd get our sweet teas and just go eat a bunch of chicken, and that was like our little ritual whenever we would have LAN is we would go get Canes. It's just great team bonding. We're all talking about food and giving each other like recs as much as you can about an establishment that only has like 4 menu items. But you can obsess about it, and it is a good, really good time. Made a lot of our events have like our LAN events have like that time to like decompress where it's like, okay, if we do like 2 days of competing, then it's like, all right, our first day, we're getting canes on the first day or like on the drive up. And then that way we're all geared, we're all energized, in a good mood, and feeling ready to take on whatever competition is for that weekend. So that was ours, and then we have a lot of fond memories, and I think some pictures on the Instagram as well of us posting up in front of like the signs and stuff. So yeah, that was ours.
My favorite, we didn't really have many rituals or traditions in the iRacing division, but one of the moments that sticks in my head the most is kind of the environment that came from myself, Soren Burkholder, Ricky Paz, and Matthew Warren doing the 24-hour of Daytona endurance sim race, where we spent 24 hours in the esports lab racing around a virtual track with virtual cars, sitting rotting our bodies away
That's
in the
wild.
chairs. And I remember it was 3 in the morning. It had been a really long night. I think we started our race at 9 a.m. the day prior, and so we had already been racing for 18 hours or so. And Matt Warren's in the car. And Matt Warren, God bless him, he was having a rough day. He crashed the car a few times. We'd lost some time on repairs and some time down pit row. And I remember it was 3 a.m. We were already 15 laps back off the lead lap, and we were just doing it at this point to finish because we promised Henry that we would run the whole race, and we promised Chris Smith that we would run the whole race. So we were geared up and ready to do it. And Matt Warren gets in the car, and about 2 laps into his 50-lap drive, he crashes the car into the wall again. And we go back down pit road to fix the damage again. And I remember looking at Soren and both of us just closing our eyes and taking a nap because we knew that the rest of the night would probably be a rough final 6 hours. So that's probably my favorite memory, sleeping in the lab. I'm sure that I don't know if both of you have, but I'm sure that at least one other person on this call has experienced a little lab nap. I feel like it was a pretty common occurrence to see somebody snoozing on the couch down there. But yeah, Soren just said in chat that it was the best night of his life, or best nap of his life. I'd hope that's not the best night of his life. That would be a pretty crummy night. But that's really the silliest memory that I have from Valpo Esports.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
We got a land coming up this weekend for Missouri Valley, and we are very looking forward to our trip to Canes.
Oh
Um,
yeah, still
I will
going.
I
Nice.
will
Keep
say
it
on
going.
our last trip we went up to St. Xavier, which is in Chicago, for a day. Had a couple new players, sharing that tradition with them, and we're sitting eating food there, and I have a Caniac combo with like 4 extra cane sauces on the side,
Oh
and
yeah.
person next to me they didn't order anything, and I'm like, what, like, have you never had canes before, like, are you not hungry? Find out they're a vegetarian. I'm like, oh no. I'm like, that is the
Like, I'm so
worst place
sorry.
to take a I'm like, oh. But
And they didn't eat that day because
yeah.
you didn't have the
Nah, dude,
appetite.
I felt so bad. I
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
so
crazy.
yeah, I was so locked into cans that I forgot to ask ask about
You know,
dietary
I
restrictions.
understand. Canes is so good; it can cloud your judgment. it's
Exactly.
just, it's just too
The
good.
devil on your shoulder, man.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm gonna ask you guys the next question. What would you say to someone who's considering joining the Valpo esports team?
Hmm. Do it.
Uh, yeah, I kind of have to
Join.
agree there that if it's something that seems like it'll be fun to you, something that you think you'll really enjoy, at least show up for tryouts, take your best shot at it, and join if you can. I I personally had a whole lot of fun with it. I had a wonderful time, and I wouldn't change that for anything else. You can always give it a shot and see how you like it. It's a great environment, great place, great people, and I think it'll continue as long as that continues to be the case, which I think it will always be the case there. But I just say give it a shot, see what you think.
Yeah, I think all of us would agree that some of like our best memories throughout our college experience has been made there because of esports. Um, like my best friends, my just like long nights when I'm like, all right, I really need like just some quality time. We all can go to the lab and hang out and play games. Even if it's not, we're in like a competitive mindset that night. We can just go chill. Even like some of the league players are there. We can go talk to them. Like people like to go practice on their own time. So definitely would say, of course, check it out. You know, um, it's. I think we've mentioned it a little bit before. It's also just a really good balance. As much as like your scholarly academic life can be really intense, it's a nice, good like reprieve from that to be like, okay, I can get some energy out playing competitively. Forming those relationships, being social. So it's all good. It's all good stuff.
Yeah, I would echo the do it mentality for sure. I really don't think there's many negatives. I mean, worst case, you do it for a year and you realize that it's not for you. I think that that's kind of the approach that I would recommend people take for anything in college because you've got 4 years to spend figuring out what you like and discovering what you like, and there's really no reason not to do it because if you don't like it, you don't have to do it anymore. It's not like it's a long-term job that you have to resign from. It's really as simple as if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. But I would bet that 90% of the time you're going to end up liking it. Also, I think something that is helpful to realize is that esports isn't just playing video games. There's a whole host of production that goes behind the broadcasts. There's a whole host of, lab technicians who keep the computers operating, who keep everything up to speed, everything updated, and everything running efficiently. And I think that you can definitely be involved in esports even if video games aren't your main interest. I got involved a lot with broadcasting after I stopped playing Rocket League competitively, and arguably enjoyed the broadcasting more than I did competing in iRacing. And so there's a lot of different ways to get involved, and the program has grown so much over the last 4 or 5 years that it's just ridiculous all the different ways that you can be involved. So even if you're not positive you want to play competitive video games, there's still so many other ways that you can contribute to the program if you want to make a difference and have an impact in that program.
No, I love that. Thank you guys. This segment has been awesome so far. We've been getting a lot of great responses from you. It's been really nice to kind of get outside perspectives. At least, you're 1 year separated now. So being able to see that you guys still have that kind of positive outlook on this program even after that really means a lot, being in it and helping work to make it better. But we are going to cap this off with one final question for each of you, and it is in one word, describe what is special about Valpo Esports. Tough one, I know.
That is a tough one. Yeah, I want to
Oh,
it's
think
a
about it.
it's tough.
yeah.
I would
There's so many.
say, go ahead. You go ahead, Josh.
Oh no, I was gonna say there's so many different facets to being a part of the esports program, and I think really the best way that I can sort of sum up the feeling that I feel like I had at every single point throughout my time on the esports team, no matter where what we were doing, what we were heading to go do, what we were if we were practicing in a match. I think it all really summed up to sort of in a sense just be camaraderie and really just even if I was there on my own practicing, I was still practicing for not just the sake of me getting better, but for getting better so the team can get better. Whether we're there competing as a group, it's really just that feeling of we are all in this together. We all trust each other. We all rely on each other, and knowing that together we can get through this. And I've gone on. As I said, so many of my friends were made through the esports program that I had no way of knowing otherwise. We went on. We did tons of things outside of just esports stuff as well together, and we still do talk a bunch as well now. And it's all just because of that camaraderie that was formed during the program.
Yeah, I think I'm having a hard time boiling it down to one, but I think I would just say like excitement, as corny as that is, and it's kind of like maybe a more simple word, but excitement in all of the different facets and ways that it can mean. Like sometimes you feel a little bit of fear before the match, especially at the if it's like some of the first times you're competing. You join up on the team and you're like, all right, this is like our first real match, or you get to playoffs and you're like, your heart really gets going because I know for maybe others share this sentiment. I know for myself, it's been like an ongoing thing throughout college. Is you hit a point where you play a game so much that you can stop feeling it. If it's like, you're playing Overwatch ranked ladder, or whatever your current competitive game is. If you just grind it, you kind of sometimes it loses that magic a bit. But then as soon as you take it to like that next level, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna play for my university's team, it brings back so much of that energy. You're not like queuing with randoms. You're sitting next to your teammates, and you can hit a crazy play and look over and see their reaction. And they're like, "Oh, yo, that was sick!" And then you get a victory or whatever, and then you all can stand up and hug, and it's fun. So there's excitement like that that builds up. It's a little bit of fear, a lot of fun, a little just like intense, like maybe excitement. You're like, I can't believe we lost, and you're all upset, and you get into it, and it's just intense. So yeah, maybe just like excitement or just like depth would be there, and just like in every sense of those words for sure.
Well, you said that your word was basic. Mine's going to be even more basic. I really, the first word that came into my head was just the word fun. I think that, to be honest,
Fair.
some of the most fun that I ever had in college was in the esports lounge. And some of the people that I had the most fun with were also in the esports lounge. The other word I was going to use was community. That was the second runner up, just because I feel like naturally such a strong community has developed around esports. And really, even now, still after graduating, watching streams, watching other, players compete, though the way that esports has been legitimized over the past couple of years, especially at the collegiate level, and the way that it's truly grown into a community, even outside of Valpo, just as you know, an endeavor at a national level and an international level has really been exciting to watch. And to watch the program grow in that way has just been really awesome. To watch that community grow and see people having fun has been really exciting for me.
It's nice. It's really fun to get to be a part of it, especially us. We got to be part of it throughout like esports youth at Valpo, and then we get to see it grow and grow. So for sure, yeah, definitely fun and hype. Maybe it could be another one. Like just getting into it.
Yeah. And
Well,
just to throw a little extra on what you said there in terms of community, I still chat and talk with some people from the other teams as well.
Oh yeah.
So not only do I know and still talk with people on the that were on our team, but also some of the other universities teams. There's a lot of great people out there.
well, thank you guys so much for your time. We all really appreciate having you on and hearing your wise words. But yeah, I mean, have a fantastic Valpo day, and we'll catch you another time.
Thanks for having us. Good to talk to you guys.
Yeah, thank you, everyone.
Yeah, it was a
Awesome.
great time.
Thank you,
Thank you, thank you,
guys.
thank you.
Yep. See ya.
Man,
If
great guys.
Yeah, it's kind of like sitting at the end of a movie where it's like you got a really nice message at the end, and you kind of just sit there and think about it for a little bit. I'm in a very thankful mood this Valpo day, being honest. After that segment, I'm
Yeah.
very thankful for my program.
Yeah, shout out to Franco, Ethan, and Josh. I mean, great people, and they're out doing big things in the worlds
Oh
now.
yeah,
But man, that's crazy.
dude, no, but I mean the celebration of our program doesn't stop there because we do have a couple of highlight clips. If I could,
Oh yeah,
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 I mean I'm ready to go. I know we got NECC MVC to talk about, but
yeah. We'll hop straight into the clips.
yeah, I'd love to hop into it just to get a little pep in our step, just
I
to get
will
moving
say
here a little bit.
little headphone warning to start out,
True,
but I
true,
mean
yeah,
this is we haven't had a beacon breakdown in a while, so we got a lot of clips
yeah.
and a lot of really cool moments. So without further ado, I'm just gonna let it go. And now, the moment Valpo esports fans watching around the world have been waiting for. Live from the Hair Union in beautiful Valparaiso, Indiana, it's time!
Another grab. We're having another Deadeye.
Look for a 30! Oh my goodness, he's clip farming!
He needs to be stopped! He needs to be stopped!
Put him on the main channel! Oh my goodness! Immediately push back in. All 5 of MSU are pushing in. Kaiser in the back line looking to get popped off on Ana. H cool stuff looking for the 1 kill on the top. A huge cleanse from Meeple there's going to be able to keep people alive. Wit and Atlas find 2 and the beat drops in. Atlas TPing in the back line, going to find the 3rd. There's 4 down for the side of MSU. Valpo, Wit drops, but that's going to be really all you need. They're going to finish off the tank here. And Valpo with a clean team kill on the very first fight.
Wasting valuable time.
That's the
Will
fun
able to
one.
find 1 onto NH Coolstuff though. Kaiser find the kill on the Wit. Everyone driving really low. Onstar finding the kill on Atlas. Fusic finding 2 though.
Oh my goodness.
Able to get healed up by Meepo.
Oh,
Able to
and
find the
the
3rd!
Oh my gosh. You get in a room with Zarya and Kiriko, and that's kind of a 2v2 you don't want to face.
You do see the Diva Bomb go up in that corridor, and oh, he's able to find a 3K! Oh my goodness, what an ultimate from Karakuki. Deadeye does come out, but not before L's able to pick up a double kill. And this will most likely be the play of the game. But we will see Ramon on the Pharah. But a find 2 with the ultimate.
Be a little bit more aggressive here because that is 2 more picks for the side of Illinois Wesleyan. You see CQ9 versus EXO. This 1v1 in the back. EXO's gonna have to be forced back off. The boot coming off the corner here. Gonna grab the health pack, still just speeding up. Yeah, just keep the cam
I
here,
love
man.
this.
We're brawling. This is ones right here. Just everybody leave him in the corner. Let him rock. See dash around, still off the wall. Gonna have to jump to the side. Gets the boop up from the top. CQ9 falling a little bit low. Will grab the health pack. Still jumping around the corner. Gets the headshot. They're playing just around the central pillar. Who cares about the rest of the game? Just win this one. CQ9, win this one. I believe in you. Does get the health pack though. EXO, it's gonna be huge.
Oh!
He gets it. That's what we're talking about.
So a minute into this one, Valpo with the first goal. Master Seb going up for another one. Oh my goodness, what a goal from Master Seb. Ooh, and Jank with a great shot there. But Jank able to find a goal there with a nice assist from Master Seb. Great team play here. Wow, that's actually a heck of a goal. Now boosting. Midland is boost starved as you see Valpo keep it and a great demo, and Master Seb gonna find the goal, but a great save by Oblivix. We still have Midland was going for another shot. Master Seb by himself. Oh no! So close there. Oh, and he gets the goal. Reset there. Master Seb going for the corner. Oh, and he's able to find it. All by himself. Valpo able to secure the Rift Trail. Big fight coming out. Zigzal over the top. You have Gwenult doing a lot of damage. The J4 also going to help out. Nocturnal goes off well. Feats of Warfare will go over to Valpo with that. Cassante does ult, and that will be a charm. J4 just able to get out with that late turret shot coming through. Now Jinx does pick up a turret in the bot lane, but that's going to be a overall big win for Valpo. And Tech could pick up the Sturm. We'll probably see a fight break out here. And huge knockup with the Zigzal. The J4 ult. Oh my goodness, and with the Gwen ult, that is going to do so much damage, and Valpo able to pick up 3 kills, and this could be an ace here. Dreadful going to have an ult 3 maybe, but a triple kill for Dreadful. I don't know, but we do have Nocturne ulted in, going to see a big team fight here. And Nocturne gets down early, and that's going to be huge, and a huge Rakan knockup. Oh my goodness, and the Zigzag over the top, and this is going to be a big fight for Valpo. Super Bear able to find the ult onto Bandit Boy, and we're down, have 3 members down for Indiana Tech.
Oh, and you are going to see that stun is going to go off on the Jin. Bessa not going to be able to find anything with that ultimate.
This could do it.
Dreadful going to be here with that flash, finding 2 members. Super Bear going to do a lot of damage, going to be able to kill that Lutz before she's able to ultimate, doing a lot, preventing that damage. Dreadful doing a lot. Dreadful having that ultimate is going to find that double kill. 3 members on that Xin Shao going to do huge damage and an absolutely masterful class of a cleanup. 4 trying to get. And Super's back is going to get stopped once again. Relatively
we gotta stop getting
unfortunate.
caught in the shop here.
Oh, or maybe it was a bait. It was a bait. It was a bait all along.
No way, that is. Oh my goodness.
It was a bait all along.
Wojcik really needs to look to close out this stock now. And oh, he finds the counter on the gyro. But just got to focus on this one for now. Just got to take 3 stocks. Want to at least give yourself 1, if not 2. He's able to find that down B and a back air. And what a combo by Cruel there. Able to find. Oh, nice jab lock there. That side B will do it and take the stock. And will be the stock. Able to find the up smash. So K-Roll gonna be at a high percent here, but able to find the up throw for 320. Able to find the forward air. Nice up air. We could be at kill percent now, especially K-Roll with rage. Ooh, and gets the up smash full rage, and that will be the game for Valpo.
Yep.
Bonk.
But that will kill right
Actually
there.
taking the stock.
And the worst part is that it does suppress. Shakhtar coming through, dealing big damage as they are swinging. And Gamers was able to find 3.
Oh,
Gamers
4?
finding 4. It looked like it might be an ace. Yoru is 1 HP.
Oh!
And Gamer finds his ace, round 2.
Well, there it is, folks.
I mean, we had energy across the board, right?
Some banger clips.
You gotta love when we don't have a beacon breakdown until April. So we kind of just have to unload all of our clips at once, and it takes like 3 minutes, which is awesome. But I love just celebrating everybody in this program. It's a great feeling.
Speaking of celebrating, we are going to take a quick peek at Valpo Day. So we can see here, now this is updated as of about 5:45, so about an hour ago. Valpo University as a whole at 86% of their overall goal. So
Let's go.
claps, hats off to all our alumni, family, friends, students. And then we're taking a look at the campus organization leaderboard. Esports Fun in top 3 with 11 participants.
That's what I'm talking about.
So
That's what I'm talking about.
Just behind FSL and Student Life, we had our power hour from 2 to 3 today, I believe, and we just narrowly got beat out by FSL and the Student Life division. But I mean, for us to put up those numbers as, little esports,
Yeah. The little esports that could.
Yeah,
I mean, we're competing against fraternity, sorority, and then general of student life. The fact that we hit top 3 in that, something to be super proud of.
So thank you guys so much, and donations are still open until midnight, but thank you so much already for all the donations. And it's just been a great day to celebrate Valpo, the family and friends that we've made here, and we had a really awesome Valpo Day gaming event in BB's earlier today. We had Wii Bowling, Wii Tennis, Mario Kart, Smash Bros. So I mean, Valpo Day is just a really, really cool day where everyone's out on campus, some free food, but
yeah, it feels good most of the time. I'm not a big college rep guy, right? Like I'm not. You have a lot of people that wear a ton of colors all the time and like always rep their college, but this is the one day of the year where I am genuinely proud of our college and what we can put together and kind of how we come together as a group, especially because I love our esports team. You know this. I've said it like 5 times on broadcast already. I feel like a broken record. This is awesome.
Yeah, and I mean, when we had the alumni on, like a lot of things that were like memorable experiences were those land trips, were our phenomenal facility that we have. I mean, all the machines we have and all that's made possible, through the donations and the generosity that you guys have. So really appreciate that.
No, it's a big thing when all of our alumni are giving like their best memories and impressions of our program. And although a lot of them were extremely successful in games as well and brought back like titles and chips, that wasn't a big part of the mention outside of like the land trips. More so it was just being in the program and being together, that like we still win, but winning is not like the biggest thing here. And it's so telling of kind of how we work and how we operate here.
Yeah, especially Franco. I mean, a guy who's probably been a part of I don't even know how many championships, probably at least 4. Man.
Yeah. No, bro's got hardware.
speaking of hardware and
True,
championships,
true, true. You see that? That was a good transition. Hey, come on, come on. You see me.
I'm just gonna hop right into it. But this weekend, on Saturday, all day Saturday, we're gonna be traveling up with our Smash, Overwatch, and Rocket League team to the
Woohoo.
Missouri Valley Conference Championships. So I mean, this is our Division One athletic conference, so really important. And the last time that Valpo athletics as a whole has secured a MVC impressive transition has secured a MVC championship was last fall with our women's soccer team who had an incredible run
Yep,
in the playoffs. But we've only had one since I've been here,
yep.
and we're really hoping to get some more this weekend. But taking a look at Smash, we're able to win in the quarterfinals 2-0 over Bradley University. I do find it funny that they pulled the exact names that
I
was
was
in
about
League
to say,
OS
I'm
to their press
staring at it,
release.
and it's Five Nights at Bradley's, and we beat them 2-0. Hey, we take those. We beat the animatronics. We did it, man. Good
Yeah.
job, Valpo.
These were the brackets pulled from like the official press release, and like
Hmm.
instead of putting the scores
That's
in,
so awesome.
I think it's funny.
I'd be laughing so hard if we had Five Nights at Valpo's on like an official broadcast. I know it's terrible because we have like actual sponsors. Shout out to Rig Gaming. You see me. But otherwise, I think that's such a funny thing. But
Yeah.
Valpo again beating them out 2-0, right?
Yep.
Moving ahead to the semifinals. Got to take on the number one Illinois State. So definitely no pushover. But
Yep.
if there's anybody to trust, I believe in them.
And going to be heading right into Rocket League. We had Valpo win their quarterfinal match, I believe, on Monday. 3-0 sweep over Murray State. Had a pretty good game there, and going to be taking on or Murray State, and then going to be taking on Missouri State University. Um,
Yep. Taking on Missouri State University, taking on their varsity team, right? 2 seed versus 3 seed. So it's another electric matchup. We definitely across the board, there's not been a conference realistically that like a lot of our top teams are in that are either blowout conferences or they kind of skill gap is really split. Every single one of these postseasons that we've run into have been this like 2 to 3, one like gets upset by 4. Like these teams are all interchangeable here. So Valpo
yeah.
being able to show up and kind of take home some wins, take home a 3-0, especially early in that round was so huge for
And
them.
I will say too, Valpo beat Missouri State in their last game of the entire regular season.
Oh yeah,
So an arguable favorite heading
yes,
into this match. I think it was a game 5. Valpo was able to come out on top. And then Illinois State, the last time we played them, went to overtime, 2 of 3 games, and also took a game off them the first time. And additionally, believe it or not, Evansville, who you see in the 5th seed, actually took down Illinois State in the last week of the regular season.
Whew.
So I mean, everybody is beatable here. I mean, Bradley's beaten us before. We've beaten Missouri State. So I mean, this semifinal game will be on stream. What's nice and has kind of worked out in our benefit is the 2 and 3 seed matchups will be on stream.
Yep.
So our Overwatch and our Rocket League will be on stream, and we're gonna hop right into our Overwatch bracket. And Valpo going to be the 2 seed now, and this is the one out of all 3 of the brackets that I feel really good about. And
Yes, yeah, we are the favorites here. Valpo definitely in our Overwatch in general just has been putting up numbers across the board, right? Obviously, under Coach Bryce Jones, uh, we have been just rocking together, right? And it's been showing. It's been showing definitely not only in the record but just kind of in the camaraderie that we were talking about earlier. So going into this Overwatch Championship, hopefully gonna bring home some MVC hardware, but you know us in the booth,
yeah.
gonna not jinx anything here.
Yep. So story on this bracket: Valpo played SIU twice in the regular season. We're able to sweep them both times, and then also in their last regular season match, they were able to beat Missouri State 3-1.
Yep.
So they played them about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago now. They played each team twice. They lost the first time, beat them the second time, and then they actually played them in the NECC quarterfinals last week and 3-0 them. So as far as series head to head. We actually are up 2-1 this season on Missouri State, so this is one I definitely feel really good about.
Yeah.
But we are going to hop into the Academy Overwatch NECC bracket here. They are going to be playing in the finals. tomorrow at 8 p.m. Disregard the. Oh, okay. I guess they do have the time updated on there.
Yep.
But a big win last night, 3-1 over North Park, and yeah.
Yeah, no. Obviously Valpo Esports being the one seed in this bracket, kind of just rolling, right? Like they going from 3-0, 3-1. Obviously, Illinois Springfield mirroring them on the opposite side of the bracket here, but Valpo definitely kind of showing up, showing out, and I'm really excited for these finals. Obviously, should be a banger. 8 o'clock tomorrow. If you want to tune in, we'll be streaming it right here. I'll be personally in the booth, so we're gonna bring the energy, kind of show out, and just show you support if you can.
And they have not lost a game since November.
Whew.
Um, Pretty insane stuff. Yeah, knock on wood for
Knock on wood,
sure.
real quick.
But I mean, between both of these Overwatch teams, I mean, our record this semester, it's got
Yeah.
to be something crazy, like 20-2 or.
This is a record-breaking semester. And these are no joke leagues either. It's not like the picture of like Kanye scores 106 against wheelchair basketball team. It's like these guys are all on level, like on rank. It is competitive head to head, but our team is just meshing so well. It's extremely
And
strong.
I don't see an academy or a JV anywhere else in this bracket
Yep.
except for our team in the finals. So I mean,
Yep.
able to go toe to toe with any team.
Nah, we would love to see that.
Hopping into League of Legends, I'll let you
Ooh,
take over. Did
yeah.
finish on a
This
high
one
note.
this one hurts, man. This one hurts. So yeah, obviously you could see starting off in the bracket, we just squeezed into NECC on the ace seed, very last place, had to face the number 1 seed, and ended up taking them 2-1 in first match. We just clicked like crazy on that first game. So we had the biggest upset across like the league by far.
It was one of my favorite matches, like in my
Yeah.
2 years here.
We were locked in. We were pretty dialed moving into that. But then going into the second one, arguably, we've played against almost all of these teams. Indiana Tech is the favorite right now to win the championship, and we faced them and we took them to a 55, 56 minute game one. Which, if you're unfamiliar with league games on like competitive average from 25 to 30 minutes, and we took them to a 55-minute game when we hadn't beaten them all season.
And a
And
lot of
then
clips we saw were from
we're
that
from
game
that
as
series,
well.
exactly. So it was competitive, although obviously it was a 2-0. Each game was just trying to get better than the last one, and it was a heartbreaker. But obviously moving into third place, being able to face the 2 seed Scarlet Hawks University, and then took them 2-0 as well. So it's one of those where we were looking at the bracket, and not to ego it, but it's, if we didn't have to face Indiana Tech, we might have had a second place, if not a first place, if we beat Indiana Tech. So, but obviously, rooting for IIT. Those guys are nasty. Those guys are insane. So
Next, going to be hopping into Varsity Overwatch, which I really don't want to. I'm still a little kind of in
heartbroken.
shock,
Yeah.
heartbroken for
You want me
sure
to
from
talk about
last
this
night.
one?
Um, I will say I am incredibly proud of this team.
Yeah.
And the great thing is they, have a big tournament this weekend.
Yep.
But
No.
go ahead.
Obviously the story isn't over for this varsity Overwatch team, but a heartbreaking Game 7 overtime 50-meter loss. There was you unironically could not get closer to a finals title than this team did against the 1 seed. It was 1 to 2 seed, um, and it did hurt in the booth, but you kind of came out and it wasn't despair. It wasn't like heartbrokenness, because just like Coach Bryce was talking about, they have set their sights on this weekend. Like they have set their sights on this MVC championship, because they know it's not over. They know this is their time to secure a championship against arguably a less competitive series than COE. Right? COE was just completely disgusting that whole series. So going into this finals on the weekend, they are, fully geared up. There's nothing stopping them now, and it's almost like they've got a warm up. They know the pressure now. They were able to hang with the pressure till Game 7 overtime. So if their other team's not ready, I mean, Varsity Overwatch is gonna hit them.
Yeah, and I mean, incredibly well played series last night, and hats off to Co College. They were a really strong team. Um, but yeah, going to be heading into our last NECC bracket here, and it's going to be Rocket League, and this game is also going to be tomorrow night at 7 p.m. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Rocket League, obviously. Every single time I'm on stream with Rocket League, I talk about how fun it is to watch them and how proud I am. And there's very good reason for that because here we are, Valpo Esports Championship again coming out tomorrow. We have finals back to back tomorrow, which is
Yeah,
really
7
exciting.
p.m. and 8 p.m.
And Valpo Esports showed up. Obviously, Rocket League going to be able to take that 7 p.m. slot. So hopefully, going to be able to knock us out one chip into another chip. But being favored here is pretty expected. I really like Valpo's chances against Bradley. I'm pretty sure, yeah, like Master Sep has said before in the past, this is like part 7 of them facing Bradley. This is not the first time that these teams have played each other. It's pretty exciting to see again and at least be a little bit familiar with who we're locked into with
Yeah,
this finals
I,
match.
I mean, I could tell you their roster right now. You got
Yep.
AMX.
Yep.
Shout out to AMX. I mean, absolute legend for Bradley. But we have so much history with this team. It started with last spring in the NECC finals. We beat this team to
Yep.
get our Rocket League championship, and then we ended up losing to them in the MVC semifinals. And then this year we played them twice in the MVC regular season, twice in the NECC regular season, and now we're gonna meet them in the NECC finals once again, and
Yep.
could run into them in MVC
Yeah.
as well. So I
No,
mean,
I'm laughing. I mean that whole season, Jank said it in chat, but they were 2 seed because they lost one singular game right
yeah.
over the season, right, and lost their one spot
They
in the
went
division, and
22
then
and 1 in game differential.
exactly like you know what? Sometimes you just can't win them all, but this team has been extremely clicking.
Yeah.
Been extremely proud of these
And
guys.
they usually deliver pretty good games as well. I will
Oh
say
yeah,
what's hilarious is so we played them twice in NECC and swept them both times 3-0. We played them twice in MVC and got swept both times. And both of them were like not very competitive
yeah,
games.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
When we're the others. So hopefully, we can deliver some good content. I'd be okay with a sweep if Valpo wins, but
Yeah, I'm not mad. I mean, if you could start off our day tomorrow with a sweep and bring
yeah.
yourself home some
And then we'll have
hardware,
plenty of time to, take a breath, relax before the
yep,
Overwatch series.
definitely. But
Um,
obviously, one series before the other, right? We are dialed into that Rocket League team. But if anything, it's just that we have a bunch of confidence in y'all tomorrow. Like you guys got this.
sure.
Now, obviously, we're not done with the beacon breakdown. We don't do the beacon breakdown unless we break a couple people's hearts and we make a couple people mad and we start attacking things that people either hold true to them or hold themselves dear. So
Start attacking entire states.
yeah, oh yeah, we did that. Like we started hating on states. We hit states, fast food, and we're about to hit another one close to
Yeah,
home that I
I'm
know a lot of people have opinions
and
about.
I'm not gonna lie too. The runner-up for our tier list maker tonight was making a tier list of the planets in our solar system.
Yeah, I don't.
I pulled up the tiers and I couldn't tell you which planet was which. So that was the issue.
I promise that's not an indication of Valpo education. I think just because we don't know the planets, I promise you. It's more so that
I didn't do my undergrad here. So
yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
there's
True,
where my
true,
gap
true.
came
That's
in.
it. That's it. We can
Um,
blame wherever
yeah, we
Henry
don't want like the
graduated from.
Martians
That's it.
to come after us as well. So
Yeah, honestly, if the aliens came down and the first thing they brought up was Beacon Breakdown, I think I'd be honored before they like incinerate me. Like they'd completely melt me, but I'd be proud for those like 3 seconds I get to live.
but without further ado, we are going to be making a tier list of breakfast
I'm so
foods.
hungry. I'm so hungry. So I'm angry and I'm gonna have some tears, man. This is gonna be a little bit crazy because I
So I mean, just going down our list, our options here.
yep.
We're gonna be starting off with cereal. Looks
Mhm.
like an omelet next. The shredded hash browns,
Oh
English
yeah.
muffin, bagel, muffin, toast with the little avocado spread. Nice little
Okay. Okay. A little
California
everything
type vibe.
bagel. I see you. I see you.
Yeah, and then I believe that is a cinnamon roll, a
Okay.
little fruit plate, a
Got parfait.
parfait,
Yeah.
ham, bacon. Is this what do you call this?
What's up?
Eggs Benedict.
Okay.
Next, I'm not gonna lie, that kind of looks like baked beans.
Is it
Is
baked
it
beans or is it like
cornflakes?
home fries? You know home fries, right?
Yeah,
Like
no, home
yeah,
fries are down here.
home fries are down there, dang.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, we're gonna call that
Yeah,
bowl.
we actually, and then this looks like croutons, so
Master
we're
said
gonna
beans
move
on
the.
toast are not here, and you know why.
Oh, and then
You know why.
after the eggs Benedict, we got those little fried potato cakes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, close to hash browns. We got biscuits and gravy. We got
Mhm.
oh, what is that called?
It's just
Bologna.
Canadian bacon.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's
Canadian
just like ham.
bacon.
Yeah.
Sausage links, sausage patties.
Uh-huh.
Just a classic toast with butter, oatmeal,
Yep.
eggs sunny side up, hard boiled
Uh-huh.
eggs,
Uh-huh.
pancakes, French toast, hash brown, cubed potatoes, bagels, croissants, donuts, plain biscuits, steak and eggs, scrambled eggs, and then I don't know how to delete these two, but pretend like they're not there.
Yeah. So real quick with like history of breakfast, right? I used to love breakfast, and then I got to high school and I stopped eating it, and then I got back to college and I realized I kind of needed food in the morning, so I really got back into breakfast. So this is hitting right home for me. I've been locked in about this, but obviously,
Yeah,
uh, you want to you want to
I thought
start
you were
with how
gonna
you
give us a
feel?
whole like history of breakfast.
Oh no, no,
Um,
no, sorry, I did phrase it like
Do
that.
you
That's my
do you
fault.
think breakfast is the most important meal of the day, or like not important at all? Because there's this hot debate right now of the intermittent fasting and
Yep.
like skipping breakfast, or like I remember growing up, it's like got to start your day off right, like
Yeah. Okay.
breakfast first meal of the day.
Straight up, I think that breakfast is so important. I think that breakfast is the difference between you doing something from 8 a.m. to like 11 o'clock or whenever you want to have
Yeah,
lunch and not having the motivation to do anything. Because it doesn't have to be like the craziest, doesn't have to be the craziest meal in the world. Like you're not like macro proofing, right?
yeah.
But it's like if you have something in your system at least to move forward, you can still have a good lunch, but you need that breakfast. That's how I feel. So this is important. We're here.
So do we want to name these tiers, or are we just gonna keep them?
I think we keep them SABC because then it's
Yeah,
easier to
if
recognize.
we feel
Yeah.
something, we can switch it up. But we're gonna
All
start
right.
off with cereal. Cereal's a classic.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong. I will say I
Yeah.
haven't had cereal since my childhood. What is your favorite cereal
Okay.
before we get to ranking this?
I It's rough. It mixes up so much. I really like Fruity Pebbles. Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Pebbles are interchangeable for me. They're different, but like they kind of hit the same spot, right? But I'm also a huge fan of mini wheats.
The
Mini wheats are
frosted mini wheats?
yes,
Oh,
mini wheats are
good.
crazy. Mini wheats are The strawberry ones are insane. That is like that is elite ball knowledge. The strawberry frosted mini wheats. I'm telling you. But honestly, cereal A tier. I
Yeah,
think
can't go wrong.
I think that it hits everything you want. You can get it really sugary if you want. You don't have to. If you want, like, if you're trying to balance up your meal, you can go with like Cheerios. You can go with something like cornflakes, right? Although it doesn't like taste as good, it's so good for balancing, and it feels so good. Um,
It's versatile and it's kind of always has your back. You know, you go into
yep,
Founders and they got some pretty decent breakfast, but you know some days you go into Founders and that cereal is always going to be there for you.
yep.
And
I'm
you
not.
you can always fall back on it.
I'm not gonna lie. I think this is the first time on Beacon Breakdown I've said a take, and I've had people agree with me in the chat. This is awesome. I'm telling you, mini wheats are like triple S tier for me, but because obviously it's a general cereal, I'm gonna say A tier because there are some where it's like it's way too much.
Next, we have an omelet, and I'm a big like meat lovers omelet guy.
hmm
Have you ever been to like any of the breakfast places in Valpo?
I mean, I love Bob Evans, right?
Oh
But I
yeah,
haven't I haven't been to like the like Valpo places.
like in
You
Chili
know?
Bowl, Susie's.
Yeah,
Oh,
nah.
what's that other place? La Peep.
Yeah, I'm such a Bob Evans person. I legit, if I'm going to breakfast food, I'm probably getting Bob
Cost
Evans.
efficient.
Yeah, but how do you feel about this? Where are you putting omelets here?
I'm saying A. I think
Saying
they're
A?
good.
Okay. I
It
honestly,
it, it varies depending on the omelet and depending on where you're getting it.
Yeah, that's the rough part is for me it's B. I think that omelets are really good and omelets like I think their variety saves them a lot of the time, but it's the question of in the morning, omelets take too long to make, right? In most cases. So it's not as convenient as cereal. And when you go to a breakfast place, unless you really like omelets, you're usually choosing something else other than omelets when you go to eat.
Yeah. Have you
So
seen Susie's cinnamon roll before?
no, but I see people raving about it right
Dude,
now. So
crazy.
okay.
It is like bigger than your face.
Okay, that's
And
probably
they
gonna be
put
on my
like
bucket list for this year
so
then.
much frosting on it too.
Phew.
Dude, it's got to be like
Oh.
2 days worth of calories.
That's hey,
Um,
sometimes you need that.
I'm actually gonna put omelet in B tier. I'm
Okay.
looking throughout this list, and the issue is I love breakfast so much
Hmm.
that a lot of these are really good picks for me.
Yeah,
So I can't oversaturate the A tier.
I'm with it. Okay.
Shredded hash browns.
This is S tier for me.
Yes,
Shredded
absolutely.
hash browns is S tier. Not only is it so like it's so good because it's always kind of more golden like brown than it is more potatoy, right? But it's also so good for any condiments you put on it. It is arguably one of the better ways to actually sauce up your potatoes. It is one step away from fries without it being fries. It's way easier to mesh together with other foods. If you've ever had like one of those waffle sandwiches where you put the shredded hash browns in between the patties. Oh, oh my goodness, it's
I
so
will
S
say, like,
tier. It's
out of
so
all
S
the
tier.
potatoes, like cubed, I don't
Yeah,
know how they all do them, but definitely my favorite kind. Next we have an English muffin with butter. Out of all the bread options we got here, I mean, we have bagels, muffins, croissants. Uh,
can,
I don't hate an English muffin.
can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
This one gonna get hate from me. This is D tier.
All
I
right.
don't like an English muffin. I think I hate the texture on the outside. I don't like how kind of I don't like the grain of it. And I feel like if I'm gonna have bread, I'm gonna have a bagel, man. Like I don't want the eggs Benedict. I don't care what you put in it either. I don't like it.
Next is a bagel, actually. I think this is going to be a plain bagel, and then later on we're going to have the everything bagel.
Okay, okay. Honestly, plain bagel, A tier. Plain bagel, A tier. I
I
think that. Oh,
I feel
sorry.
like you
Go
can
ahead.
like put so much on it. Like
Yeah,
you can just make your own
true, true.
sandwich.
But it's like if we're going just straight like plain bagel, it is one of the easiest carbs to digest in the morning. Straight up. It is if you have a hard time eating breakfast, but you need to like get something in your system, you go for a plain bagel. Like that is my best advice to you right now. And not just like nutritional wise, but it tastes so basically good. Like it's just a bread, a tiny bit of sugar, and it's risen, right? Like shout out to New York.
I will
That's
say all these bread options like significantly like are better for me when I'm having coffee with it too.
true, true. Yeah, I
Uh,
agree with that.
Next is muffins. A big thing for muffins for me is if they have that little like granulated sugar things on top. You know what I'm
Oh,
talking about?
okay, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
love
Okay,
those.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I'm a baker at home. Anybody that lives with me right now knows that I bake a lot. And muffins are one of my favorite things to make. Specifically blueberry muffins. Muffins are S tier.
You have a picture of
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can pull it up. Let me scroll for it really quick. But I yeah. Here are the muffins. I'm showing
Oh,
Henry right now. Just
whoa,
get
no,
it. Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
a
Check it out. Check it out. Check it
wait,
out.
wait, wait,
Hit
wait.
hit the camera. Get this camera. I gotta show my phone. Let me put my thing on Do Not Disturb real quick though. I'm gonna be honest with you.
When
Yeah,
when
don't
we
play
do
with me.
the
Don't play with me. Look at this. Look how beautiful that is. Focus up on that camera. Don't worry, the color gradient ruining it. But I'm telling you, muffins are S tier. Lemon poppy seed muffin, blueberry muffin, chocolate chip muffin. You dust a little brown sugar and pecan halves on the top. It's glorious. It'll change your life. It'll change your life. A nice warm oven baking muffins. It's so beautiful. It's S tier for me. Honestly, it's because
oh, dude, for our end of your party, you should make muffins.
I will. I
You
will if
should.
you want. But
Yes.
obviously to respect, we're gonna. For me, it's bottom of S tier. Because I don't think you like it as much as I do. We can both
I'm
agree
I'm
on
at
the
A
hash
tier
browns, though.
muffins.
I
One
respect that.
one thing that the viewers just got like a little behind the scenes look at is when we do tier lists or anything Blake gets really passionate about, he'll
I'm
like kick
standing.
out the chair and
I'm
stand up.
standing.
So right now I'm kind of just letting Blake cook.
Yeah, sorry.
But
I'm kind of running it dry. My fault. My fault.
next we're going to head into toast with avocado spread. I'm a huge guacamole fan, but not
Yeah,
this.
it's a C. I I think the thing that saves toast and avocado, because I used to do this a lot like 2 summers ago. Thing that saves it is its nutritional value. But I'm
Yeah,
gonna be
healthy
honest,
option.
healthy options are exactly what they sound like. They're healthy options. But if you ask me to enjoy my breakfast food, I'm not gonna enjoy that. I'm not enjoying avocado on toast. I'm eating that because I'm like, and I probably should eat this.
Yeah.
Right. That's the one thing keeping it from D tier is that it is one of the healthier options and has a lot of good fats.
For some reason too, guacamole is like one of my favorite things, and then
Hmm.
like the avocado on toast is just like so different.
Well, it's the thing is guacamole has so much to it. You have like a good guacamole will have a bunch of spices in it. Or not a bunch of spices, excuse me. It'll have a good salt and peppering. It'll have a good amount of peppers in it. It has the tomato blend as well, and then you throw lime in it. You throw lime.
Lime is so good.
Some people like to throw some cilantro in there. That's just like for you, right? But pretty much mixing it with that citrus makes guacamole pop with the pepper as well. It gives it kind of an edge, and that's what makes guacamole so great to spread on things because it's just mashed together so well. Avocado with everything bagel has that pepper, but it doesn't have any of that zest that you need to go on the toast, and it just doesn't pop it. It tastes bland.
Why don't people just do guacamole on toast?
I don't
It's
know. I don't know. I think you are not the first person to think that, but I'm so scared. It's like if everybody hasn't done this yet, there's probably a good reason for it, and it's scaring me. Like I don't want to be the first person to do that. But no, okay. This one should be easy. This next one should be easy.
I love cinnamon rolls.
It's S tier. It's S tier.
Absolutely.
It is arguably top of S tier, if not for hash browns. Like I think honestly, here's the way I'll put it. You put shredded hash browns on the table and you put cinnamon rolls on the table at a party, cinnamon rolls are gone first.
That is true.
I think
Although,
it's
who brings shredded hash browns to a party?
it's like a breakfast party. In this world, it's Blake's breakfast party where I'm baking for everybody and I put everything out on the table here. Cinnamon rolls are gone first out of literally almost everything on this list. I promise you that. I promise you. I think that it should be above shredded hash browns though.
Next is a sleeper. We got
Wow.
fresh fruit. Not now.
Ooh,
I
okay.
did fresh fruit. I mean, if it's good,
Yeah,
for some reason, I like fruit with breakfast. Like if I were to pick a time of day to have fruit, it's in the morning with breakfast.
dude,
I like a good banana.
good fruit salad. Oh, it'll change your life. I'm telling you. I think fruit is a good B tier. It is something that it should never be the main course of your breakfast. It should never be the focus
Oh
of your
no,
breakfast,
it isn't
but
breakfast, but it's like
it is
a side.
yes, it is perfect. The difference is it's like, shredded hash browns is also obviously a side, but shredded hash browns is so good while fruit is just fruit. It's based on what kind of fruit you like. So
Yeah.
I think B tier is pretty solid.
So
Parfaits though? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. My bad.
no, I was getting into parfaits.
Okay. Whew. Ooh,
I love the granola.
you not a parfait fan?
No, I like parfaits.
Okay, okay.
I don't like blueberries.
I'm thinking bottom of A. I'm thinking bottom of A. Here's the thing. Parfaits are really good, but parfaits, you again, it kind of runs into the issue of it's not the easiest thing to prep in the world, and it's not the best tasting thing. Like parfaits take a little bit longer to make in the morning unless you're like ordering them, right? But a good parfait is insane. Like it is the mix of kind of everything you want out of like a sweet dessert. So I would say it's A. Quite frankly, if we're gonna put fresh fruit in B tier, which I agree with where it is right now, parfait should be like one step above it because it is just one step above fresh fruit.
Next, gonna be getting into ham. As far as breakfast meats, I'm not a huge ham fan.
Me neither.
But I'm also looking at the Canadian bacon a little down the line. I'm not really a big Canadian bacon fan either.
I'm gonna be honest.
Just a bacon fan.
Yeah, this is very it's above avocado toast, but I put it in C tier. I think
I mean, it's not bad. I
no,
mean, this is a
not at all.
breakfast tier list. Like, there's really not many bad options. But it's kind of just,
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's like, because you get a whole different world when you put ham or like Canadian bacon in a frying pan. Like if you toss it in there, just let it sit for a little bit, push it down with the spatula, you get a whole new world. But that whole new world is like one step up, and it's still behind B tier. Like you don't get too much, being honest. But bacon, I'm
bacon.
gonna let you take this one.
Bacon is high for me. I
It's high
will
for you.
say, bacon is probably my favorite breakfast food. I found out, so my family growing up, we would get like really like good bacon,
Oh yeah.
and I found out that bacon can like vary greatly, like significantly. Like out of
Yes.
everything,
Yes. Yes.
like on this list, I think bacon has a very high variability, where it's either good or it's like insanely good.
Yep.
Like if you have bacon at like a college cafeteria, say for example, not anyone specifically, just like any college cafeteria.
Yep.
Um, it's good, but it's like kind of okay-ish.
Yeah.
If you go to like a high-end grocery store or like a butcher shop and get bacon, it is
Oh.
just like the applewood smoked or like the thick cut. Like
Yep.
it's a
You
whole different ball game.
you bring up such a good point. Um, one thing that you guys have to do in your lives, if you're not vegetarian or vegan, right? If you're willing to have meat, right? And it's if you're not like Muslim, so you can eat pork and things like that. You need to go to a butcher shop like
Oh,
once
for
in your
sure.
life. You need to go to a butcher shop, find a meat that you usually get from the store, and spend a little bit of extra money and get that meat from the butcher shop. Please. You will be like DMing me, thanking me for this information if you haven't done it already. It's a whole new world. And I think honestly, because of that variability, I think it's high A. I think it's the top of A. But I'll let you
Put it at the
I'll
bottom
let you take
best.
that because you let me put muffins up there.
I will
We'll
say
trade that.
too,
We'll trade that.
I've done that recently with beef jerky.
Yeah.
And the beef jerky you get at the gas station, you know, it has all these like preservatives, high sodium and
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
So not only does it taste way better, but it's typically like healthier too.
Yeah.
And I will say shout out Wenselman's Farm, one of our like unofficial-ish,
Yeah.
one of our best buds, I guess
Yeah.
is
You have
what it would be.
unironically been feeding our league team for the
Yeah.
past like 3 weeks.
I
Like,
actually had to pull those in my office because we need to save some for this weekend, and the amount of those beef sticks we have gone through is insane.
yep.
But shout out Wenselman's Farm. Next, going to be getting into Eggs Benedict. This is something that I would never really order at a
Yep.
diner. And I think it's good, but I don't really have a strong opinion on it.
Yeah. So my dad is a big eggs Benedict guy. That's his thing. He loves ordering eggs Benedict whenever we go out to like breakfast places. I've had it before. I've been convinced by him before. Is B tier. Like being quite frank, I would have the omelet over eggs Benedict. I feel like because eggs Benedict has the advantage over a lot of breakfast options in the fact that it is really complex. Like it's one of those fancy ones where it's like, "Oh, I'd like an eggs Benedict, sir," and you eat it and you feel like you're in like you feel fancy, right? Like that's the complexity that you get from it. But do you actually enjoy it as much as like you would anything else in A tier? No. So that's what I think.
I will say too, Famputi. I still can't
That
pronounce
sounds
that tag.
gas.
Uh,
Famputi, that sounds gas,
yeah.
Franco. I'm
And also, bacon levels up so many other foods. Not only is bacon a good side, but cooking with bacon grease,
true, true.
making eggs with bacon grease. Sorry,
No, no,
yeah.
you're cooking. Literally,
Um,
whenever we make bacon at the apartment, I used to make I would make BLTs for myself.
yeah.
First thing you do is fry the bacon. So what you do is you fry the bacon, you take a thick cut of bread, right? I have this like baker's bread that I use, and you throw it in the bacon grease and you fry it off the bacon grease to give yourself a crisp edge for your
Oh,
BLT. I'm
oh
telling you,
boy.
I'm putting you on game. I'm putting you on game right now. It's so good.
Next, I've had one of these before. I don't exactly know what they're called and what like the difference is between like a hash brown shredded
This is just like a
potatoes and
potato
this
patty.
little potato patty. Um, because we have them in the like at my house we have them and you pop them in the air fryer and they're
Yeah,
gas, but
yeah. I think low A. I honestly,
yeah.
I
I mean
really
any sort of
potatoes are
crispy
tough.
potato is
Yep.
just gonna be good.
And I think I like the more compact potatoes, like compared to home fries. Home fries are special to me because I get nostalgic with home fries. Those are like the cubed potatoes, right? Um, but when we're talking just basic like food, I like the fried edge to a potato. I like a lot of crispiness. I like a lot of crunch in it, and that kind of fills the same world that shredded potatoes does. But I feel like it's harder to put condiments and sauces on the patties than it is on the shredded potatoes and get it fully incorporated. So I think it's like low A.
Have you ever had a potato pancake?
Oh yeah, oh
Okay,
yeah,
I didn't know
those are
if that was
gas.
like a like common thing, but we had them every once in a while in my house growing up.
Yeah.
Oh my
You ever had a
goodness.
you
Oh
ever had a
no, it was
pierogi?
oh yeah.
Oh yeah. My family's crazy Polish and German. So like
Yeah.
we have pierogies and sauerkraut. Is those like kind of fit in the same vein as potato pancakes? So
Yeah.
we'd have potato pancakes and
I think it was like
they're
leftover
gas.
mashed potatoes or something like that you
Oh
make
yeah.
them.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. No, you'd use the leftovers from last night's dinner, right? And you'd mix it into the batter that you had already. I just voice cracked on that, but you'd throw them down on the griddle. Ooh, it's so nice. I miss making breakfast in the
I
morning.
I think I just like potatoes in like any form.
That's real. That's real.
Next, getting into biscuits and gravy.
Whew.
I love gravy. But it has to be like good gravy.
Yeah.
I'm realizing that there's like a lot of variability in a lot of these
Oh yeah.
picks. For example, like I'm looking at some of these like a lot of the breakfast meats, even like some of the pastries, like a donut at like a gas station versus a donut at like some bougie like parlor donuts or something like
Yeah.
that, like whole different ball game. I'm thinking like Bob Evans biscuits and gravy. I think it's like high B for me.
Yeah, I'd agree. Uh, honestly, dude, here's the thing. I'm a biscuits guy. I love gravy. I love biscuits. I do not like them together.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's something to do with texture wise, right?
What do
'Cause
you like your gravy with?
usually meats. I
Yeah.
usually put my gravy on meats. Like that's the big thing. Like,
I like the gravy that like has like the sausage in it though too.
oh yeah, 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 it's mixed together. Uh, a good chicken fried steak with some white gravy. Whew,
Yeah.
that is gas.
I will say too, it depends a lot on like the biscuit too because biscuits
Yeah.
vary for
I'm
sure. Bob
listen,
Evans biscuits are solid.
yeah, I'm from the South, right? So like
Oh, biscuits down there are a whole
bi
different ball game.
biscuits and cornbread are like pride and joy of some breakfasts down in the South, right? Um, it'll change your life. Like the cornbread obviously isn't on here, so I won't talk about it, but the biscuits are just so different to what you can get commercially that it's like I get it,
Is
but
cornbread a breakfast food?
no, but you can make
Okay,
it.
I was gonna say
Cornbread's definitely a dinner thing. Like
gotcha.
that is
I'd
cornbread with
never
a
heard of
nice
that for
like
breakfast.
yeah, no. You put cornbread with a real nice like ham and bean soup, right? You get it cooking over the pot. It's over winter time. It's like one of my favorite pairings. It's so good. But no. Canadian bacon, honestly, I'm throwing it right where ham is because they're the exact same thing.
I'm gonna put
Eh,
it slightly above.
yeah. Sausage links.
Um, you like
Ooh.
links or patties more?
Personally, I'm a links guy.
I also like links more because
Yeah.
they got the snap.
Yep. I really like the snap of the casing. Like that is one of the more favorite things. And obviously Bob Evans sausage links are like a tier above a lot of things. Sausage patties are cool, but I feel like
I'm gonna just put it here. Let me know if you're offended.
no, that's real. That's honestly I would put it above the I'll put sausage links above parfaits. That's where I'd throw it. That's my opinion. I think that a good like 3 sausage links makes me really happy, especially when they're
Um,
like filled. It's so good.
Josh wants us to rank waffles. So we're just gonna do it and pretend like we have waffles. I will say there's been something that I've been cooking up that's kind of crazy in Founders. So this is a little
Go for it. Go for it.
200 IQ trick. But
Okay.
so you know how they recently got the waffle makers in Founders?
Yes. Yeah.
Um, so sometimes for breakfast, if I get sick of like the old like bacon and toast, or I mean eggs and toast like combo, I'll make half a waffle, and then I'll put peanut butter on it, and then slices of bananas in between, and have a peanut butter banana waffle sandwich.
Whew. Whew. That
You
is
gotta try it.
that would I'd be running on energy for like literally until three
No,
o'clock.
dude,
That sounds so good. That sounds so good. But
you
yeah.
actually have to try it. And the waffles are like fresh made too, so the peanut butter gets a little like
Yep.
melty,
Yep.
and yeah,
Dude,
it's good.
I'll say it. I don't think this is an unpopular take. You know those like hotel waffles, like the
Yeah,
ones where you pour the batter in and flip it, right? Kind of like what they got in Founders right now.
yeah,
Those are like SSS tier.
yeah. They're
Those are
good.
like the best waffles that you can find, unironically. I
Have you ever went skiing before?
Oh yeah, I went snowboarding, but
Okay, this
practically
might
same
sound out
thing.
of left field. Have you ever had those like there was a skiing like lodge I went to in like New York, and
Uh
they had like a pop-up like waffle on a stick thing, and they were like
yeah.
these little sugar waffle like, and you literally would like be skiing, and at the bottom of the hill they would have yeah, I think Belgian waffles with like these little sugar thingies in it, and
Huh.
like maybe this was just this random ski
Belgian
resort I went to.
Belgian waffles are great, but I
Just
that's more of
waffle
like
on
a
a
that
stick.
strikes me as like a carnival thing. Like down in Houston we have the Houston Rodeo, right? And it's practically one giant carnival. And they have a bunch of food pop-ups that are exactly like that.
Oh,
They have a giant fried waffle Oreo that they have on a stick. It's
yeah.
crazy. It's
That
two
just
waffles.
that just
Oh.
reminded me. Have you seen the like chicken strip with the stick and you dip it and then it's like a chickens and waffle on a stick?
Yes. Yeah,
Um,
yeah, 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 yeah. I
but
know what you're talking
if
about.
I'm ever going out to eat to like a nicer like breakfast place, chicken and waffles is my go-to order.
Yeah.
I love chicken and waffles.
Dude, chicken and waffles with a nice hot honey. Oh.
Oh, dude, hot
Oh.
honey is a
Hot honey is
insane
crazy. It
condiment.
is crazy. I'm telling you. No, but
But waffles are S tier.
yeah, I'd say waffles are S tier as well. That was a really long, drawn out. Sorry, Jank, but
Yes.
there's good reason for it. Yeah, no, you got some support. You got some support. I'll believe you. I'm not saying like you're insane or anything, but I can't tell you that I remember the waffle on a stick at a ski lodge. It's a pretty
Uh,
specific thing to. But no.
next is toast with butter.
Uh, I say A tier.
I like toast,
Yeah, I think
specifically with butter.
I'd say put it right next to bagel. I'd say put it above bagel because
Whoa.
bagels are yeah,
Wait, is it?
plain bagel.
Yeah, that's not fair to bagel though,
Is it?
because
What would not be
it's a
fair?
because we have butter on the bread, but
Yeah,
nothing on the bagel.
yeah. That's exactly why it's above it.
No, yeah,
It's like that's
I'm
like
saying
saying,
whoever
man,
made this tier
it's
list, like, there's got to be like a bagel with cream cheese or a bagel with butter because that's
yeah, that does
infinitely higher
change
for
it.
me.
That does change. You get a nice like cream cheese. You ever had a salmon? You ever had like a good salmon
Oh,
on?
the lox. My little
Yeah.
brother. Okay. Well, this is actually a funny story. So my little brother, he had appendicitis,
Okay. Damn.
and no, no,
Okay.
trust me. This
I'm
somehow
letting you go.
this
I'm letting you go.
somehow loops back to the salmon with bagels.
Okay.
So like, how to get your appendix out was in the hospital for like long time, and like before he goes to the hospital, he had a stomach ache, thought it was a stomach ache. Anyways, he didn't eat for like 7 or 8 days straight.
Damn.
And the very first thing he ate, they had like a bagel, like a Einstein's in the hospital cafeteria.
Okay.
The very first thing he ate after a week was like a bagel with salmon and lox, because that was like the one thing he like wanted to eat
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
had a
Yeah.
craving for. I'm not a salmon fan, but I've heard.
Yeah. No.
Not a big seafood guy.
I'll tell you, dude. Everything bagel, sliced down the middle, cream cheese lox, capers. Classic pairing. It's got the seafood, it's got the kind of the seafood mix. It's got the cream cheese to add a little bit of flavor. It's got the capers to add a little bit of bite, a little bit of saltiness to it. You don't need to salt it because everything's already taken it out. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful.
I'm thinking about just like the tangents we're going on right now.
Yep.
Imagine if we were doing a Planet tier list. I
I
could
would
not
think
tell you
I
what we'd
think
be
we would
talking
be
about right
done.
now.
Yeah, I think we would either be talking about something way off topic right now, or we would have finished like 40 minutes ago.
We would have had either like aliens like on our planet right now, like ready to go to war with us, or
Yep.
we
Yep.
would have been
I'm with it
the
though.
live would have finished 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, I'm about that though. If they want to go to war with me, dude, we can bring them on the Beacon Breakdown. That'd be a
um,
crazy episode.
you guys are always welcome.
Yeah, true actually.
Oatmeal. I will say, my parents have been on a overnight oats kick, as
Oh
well
yeah.
as the rest of the hip community.
Yep.
I think oatmeal's eh. I do
Yep.
feel like it feels like it puts you on the right like first step for the day, but I just think it's kind of rather okay with syrup or brown sugar. I think it levels it up a little bit.
Yeah, I'd put it right above right at B tier. I'd put it above fresh fruit because it's kind of like it's kind of like what we were talking about with the avocado toast and like the fresh fruit, right? Where it's you eat it and you feel good afterwards because it is like usually better for you in most cases. But a nice pairing with it fixes it up, but it's still not like unless you love oatmeal, it's not really your go-to.
Um, Next we got a couple of egg options. I'm actually gonna move scrambled here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What's your favorite way to have your egg prepared?
Hard boiled.
Really?
I'm
That's
the like
actually my least favorite.
I'm the weirdo with the hard boiled egg.
Oh,
Yeah, that's me.
jeez. Okay, we're just gonna have to put it in the middle here.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Franco's right though. Eggs are so mid.
I love eggs.
I really don't like eggs. I think that's why I like hard boiled. I just don't like
Probably.
eggs. Yeah.
Sunny side up are my favorite way. Or over
Okay.
easy. Anything that's like runny. I like poached eggs too.
Yeah. See, dude,
I wonder what would happen if you went to Bob Evans and asked them for your eggs poached.
do you think they do it? Dude, they would look at you like you're crazy. Like if you've ever been to a
That's
Bob
an eggs
Evans,
Benedict type vibe where
yeah,
it's like I would like my eggs poached.
yeah. If you go to a Bob Evans, like the waitress or waiter that's like waiting you is usually like around like 40, right? Like they're looking at you and you ask for some like pretentious thing like poached eggs or eggs benedict to them, they're going to look at you crazy. Like you're not getting out of that
Well,
Bob Evans.
the last time I went to Bob Evans, I had my AirPods in and watching Netflix the entire time. And, like not even like
That's crazy. That's crazy. No, yeah. But honestly, I'm gonna let you take the eggs because I could not care less for eggs. For the record,
I'll move this up because you like hard boiled eggs.
thank
And
you,
because
thank you.
someone else likes it.
Yeah. Honestly,
Pancakes. I think they
I know my
are
spot.
slightly worse than waffles, but I also think they're really good.
I think they're S tier. I really think a good like there's a whole
Well,
reason
in
that
my brain, waffles is like in this area. If
mm, honestly, I'm more of a pancake guy.
really,
Yeah. I I think that I think it's just I like pancakes more, right?
chocolate chip pancakes, sheesh.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and just be like yeah, waffles are way more consistent than pancakes are, but I think that if you gave me a good waffle and a good pancake, I'd probably take the pancake. And I'm not counting like flavored waffles or flavored pancakes in this situation because I feel like that's kind of unfairly skewed to pancakes because waffles are much better plain, but like pancakes have so much variety to them that like there's a whole reason that IHOP is IHOP and they sell themselves off pancakes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's a little bit dude, okay, Jake, you can't say that. You can't say you're going to drop like esports right before the finals
You
game.
can drop esports on Sunday.
Dude, cuz Jake, you're not going to like what I'm going to say.
I think they're good. I do not think they're that good.
I do not think they're S tier. I'm sorry. They are. You know what Franco said, where it's way easier to mess up pancakes than it is to waffles. Imagine that times a million for French toast. Like I think I've had good French toast like once in my life, and I remember eating it and I was like, this was not worth all the other times I've had terrible French toast. Like it's crazy. I French toast is so soggy sometimes. I like the vanilla of it. I like that it's kind of the half in between of it's firm but it's soaked almost, right? Like I like that kind of texture consistency. I think that's good. I think it's an A tier, but I don't think it beats waffles or pancakes in any of those situations. You ask me waffles, pancakes, or French toast, and I could choose 2 out of the 3. I'm getting rid of French toast.
It's better than toast and bagels, I think, though.
It's better than toast and bagels. Yeah. Oh yeah. For sure.
Head to head,
It's
they win.
practically a dessert. Like at the end of the day,
Next is a hash brown. I'm a big hash brown fan.
I like hash browns, but
I like them crispy.
I'd say I'd put it right over the patties. I don't know where you can put it on eggs, but or the hash brown patties, like in
Oh,
A
here they
tier.
are. Here they
Yeah,
are.
yeah, yeah. I think that it's good, but it's like I think it's just slightly better than the patties are. So
And getting into another potato one. I think these home fries can get messed up pretty bad. And I did the one funny thing with hash browns and home fries, I always mix them up. So I
mhm.
just ask for like shredded or cubed.
Yeah,
Like is what I
yeah.
just tell them.
That's the thing is my mom always loved home fries. Like that's the one thing. I love my parents and they've implanted in me all of their breakfast ideas and choices because my mom loves home fries to death. Every time we would go like when I was a kid to Bob Evans. I know we talked about Bob Evans like 50 times here. But every time I go as a kid, I would order and then she would make it home fries for me like as I was putting the order in. So I think from there I just ended up loving it so much. So personally, I'm gonna let you throw them wherever you are because we agreed on hash browns or we agreed on the shredded already. But home fries for me are S tier.
S tier too.
Yes, yes.
So
I
you wait. So you like home fries more than hash browns?
oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah. Not on the same page here.
yeah. I know. That's why I said I'm like we have the shredded
All
hash
right.
brown, so I'll agree to.
We got to break it in the middle.
Yep.
Everything bagel. I like it better than a plain bagel.
Same. Same. I'd put it above I put it yeah, right under French toast is good. Croissants.
Croissant.
Oh.
Have you ever had the croissant with the like chocolate in it?
Yup. Yeah.
I had so I lived in I was in Austria for like a month and a half over the summer
Yeah.
when I was like 12, 13.
Okay.
And I lived on like the fourth or third floor of this building or whatever. And the first floor of this building was a bakery, and I would go there every morning that I was in Austria. Could not speak a lick of German. Would
Uh-huh.
walk in there with like my little euro coins. They
Yeah,
had the
yeah, yeah.
like $2 coins, and I was just like pointing at like, dude, best croissant I've ever had in my
That's so
entire life.
beautiful. Dude, croissants take so long. I would put this above cereal. Honestly. A good croissant.
Yeah. Once again, this is a high variability item.
Yes, yeah. It definitely is, but it's like compared to French toast and then compared to cereal, I feel like if you're given a good croissant option, croissants are just so like it's so hard to go wrong with them.
I will say, I think Josh has left the chat at this
Yeah, I
point.
think
Yeah,
Josh
he's
is.
gone.
I think he's left the whole like
Program.
esports Discord. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the notification
I'm
on my phone soon.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone is a Rocket League player, has played Rocket League before, let me know.
Yeah,
Hit me
yeah,
up.
yeah. If anybody's ready to play tomorrow,
Yeah.
you can log in. But no, donuts. Okay. Can I be honest?
Yep.
I don't like donuts.
Not a big fan. You know what? You know what tells me that like I'm not a big fan is every once in a while we'll have like campus rec staff meetings.
Yeah.
Where it'll be like me, Chris, Natalie, and then another GA and a couple other people.
Yeah.
And I have such a great boss. Shout out Chris Smith. Every once in a while he'll get us Parlor Donuts in
Mhm.
that place down there, and
And those are like bougie donuts.
yeah,
Those
those
are
are
those are really
like
like
the
high grade
expensive,
stuff.
like
Yeah, yeah,
crazy
yeah.
donuts. I will order a coffee instead of donuts.
Yep. Yeah.
Because I'd rather have a coffee than a donut.
My
And those are like the best donuts you can like possibly get too.
yeah. My issue with donuts is I like fried stuff, right?
Yeah.
But fried bread, donuts are so much fried bread that I end up like finishing one and I just don't want to eat
Oh, dude, I
anymore.
feel so sick.
And it's like I don't like Krispy Kreme either. Like that was the one
Okay, I
thing that
actually do like Krispy
I don't like
Kreme.
this. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm so about the no donut life that like I'll even take down Krispy Kreme. But yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm cool
Actually,
with C.
we need some hot takes.
Yeah, honestly, we just spent like five
Yeah,
minutes
we
like
were just
completely
absolutely
dunking on them.
yeah.
Like I honestly, yeah, we probably should put it in D tier. C tier is like being too nice for us.
Biscuits. Biscuits are good.
Oh, biscuits are above croissants for me. Yeah, honestly. I don't think they're S tier. Like I think you still need like other stuff to work well with biscuits, but biscuits are so close to S tier, they're like barely scraping it. It's like the gateway to
You
S.
like honey with biscuits?
Oh yeah. Honey, dude, a nice honey butter. You get a nice
Yes.
honey butter spread on some warm biscuits. You spread it right in the middle, and then you press down on the biscuit, let it sponge back a little bit. It spreads the butter around. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's so
And
beautiful.
this is going to be our last item because I believe our last two here are baked beans and croutons,
Yeah, I
is what
refuse
it
to
looks
rate
like.
those. I'm sorry. I
Um,
refuse.
Steak and eggs. I love steak. I don't love steak at breakfast.
Same. I think it's way too much. I think that like breakfast meats are not a bad thing, right? But there's a reason that sausages are in small portions at breakfast, right? There's a reason like links are so good the way that they are portioned because if you have a whole T-bone steak at breakfast, dude, you just ate dinner. Like you're gonna go to bed soon. Like you're already tired and you ate so much, you're just gonna go to sleep again. It's just way too much. But I think that's my opinion. Honestly, I put it above avocado toast because if you if you offered me a steak and offered me avocado toast in the morning, I'd have the steak. But if you offered me like the other ones, I'd take the ham probably. But yeah, I I'm pretty proud of that. Honestly, I'm
Yeah.
pretty proud of that tier
And
list.
I feel like this is one of the more like agreeable tier lists we've made too.
Yeah,
We haven't burned any bridges,
I think yeah,
except for like one, but
donuts are legit the only thing that I think might get some flack, but even then, we said it. And I think it's less so that it was unpopular, more so that people were like, "Yeah, you're right." Like,
yeah.
"Yeah, yeah, you know what, donuts are mid." I think so too. So I appreciate that, y'all.
But yeah, I mean, shout out again to the alumni who
Yep.
came in on the Beacon breakdown. And shout out Valpo today.
Yeah,
So
no, it's been a great Beacon breakdown. It's been
yeah,
super fun to be back. Obviously, pretty electric time in the studio.
yeah,
Not only just for Vapol Day, but just because of where esports is right now as a program. We've got two finals tomorrow,
yep,
7 and 8 o'clock. Gonna
yep,
be right here on the stream. Gonna see some familiar faces. Obviously, if you tuned into a couple of streams or just tuned into this one. So really excited for our teams. Really proud of them for how they've been doing in the season. And I think that's going to be it from us
yeah.
here in
That's
the
it.
booth. Yeah, so thank you guys for all the likes, follows, comments, and subscribes. Thank you for all the engagement, especially on all of our Beacon breakdowns. It's obviously one of the more crowd favorite ones for people
Yeah.
to get into. So we love doing it here. We love having you guys here. So thank you for all your support, and we will catch you guys tomorrow, 7 o'clock for our Rocket League finals.